Grand Island, Nebraska, 1926. Captured on flammable nitrate film. And here's the same view shot with a video camera, 90 years later. The past meets the present.
Thank you for coming.
We're at the Grand Theater for the premiere of Hometown Movies. This is filmmaker John Sorensen's gift to his hometown.
The earliest footage in the film is from 1926, and there's like a high school class graduation.
And his tribute to a man generations of children will never forget.
Hi, folks. I'm Wally Kemp from Grand Island Drive-In Theater. Been out to Hollywood. Very enthusiastic about the pictures that's coming forth. I want you to take a peek at a few of them. Thank you.
Wally Kemp, longtime manager of the Grand, had Hollywood connections. But his real gift was getting kids excited about movies.
For the summer shows, he would come on stage, and I was one of those kids. My parents were some of those kids before me, and he would come out and he would say, "I'm so glad to have you all here. I want to do a few special things I do every year to start the shows. So first of all, we're going to sing God Bless America." God bless America, my home, sweet home. Everybody, turn to the booth. And now, on with the show.
This is one of the hometown movies Wally Kemp collected over the years and screened in this very theater. Only one copy of this film was ever made, and after Wally Kemp's death, no one could find it. Until John Sorensen got in touch with a film curator at the Storr Museum in Grand Island in the 1980s.
And we spent a day searching all over the grounds trying to find something. He finally went, "There's a room I hardly go into, there's a desk in it with a drawer, I think I may have seen some film." We got in there, he opened the desk drawer, cigarette in mouth. There's all that film, and I said, "Tom, put out the cigarette." Because some of that, the 1926 was they call silver nitrate, highly flammable stock, and it could have blown up the whole museum.
John took the nitrate film to an expert, Paul Eiseloffel of the Nebraska State Historical Society.
We wanted to make sure that it hadn't degraded in any way. We were very careful about unrolling it and looking at frame by frame. One thing that I found when I was researching the film is that it was made with the intention of actually documenting the town. So they took great pains to show businesses, to show community leaders, to show pioneers, to show school kids, a whole spectrum of what the city was like at the time.
Another surprise from Wally Kemp's collection, Hollywood comes to town in living color. In 1939, Paramount Pictures rented a train to transport celebrities to the Omaha premiere of a new film called Union Pacific, with a stop in Grand Island along the way. The whole town came out to see Barbara Stanwyck and director Cecil B. DeMille.
It had this national, regional, local aspect, all kind of colliding into this one event. And I think it really documented that event very well. I think the moving image is probably the most important document of the 20th century. If we didn't have the footage of the moon landing, the Rodney King footage, if we didn't have the Zapruder film of the Kennedy assassination, how would our lives be different?
And sometimes the moving image simply captures everyday life. These are rare scenes from downtown Grand Island in December 1945, at the end of World War II.
And it's like Frank Capra came to town and found It's a Wonderful Life actually happening and took it down as a reality show. It's very powerful.
Just point the camera at what's happening, capture that, and that's what home movies are all about. Downtown is where things were happening. That's where you wanted to be.
From shadows of the past into the full light of the present.
Great.
Wonderful. Fabulous. Oh, I liked it all.
It was wonderful.
Educates me a little bit.
My grandparents lived here, so I was looking for them real hard in the films.
And surprise, Buzz Doffett recognized his father from the long-lost footage of 1945.
I couldn't believe it. You know, my dad was a tremendous skater. He grew up in Fullerton area on the Loop River, and they had an old guy from Norway taught him how to ice skate. And he could do figure eights, backwards, frontwards, terrific skater. I think that picture was probably taken at Shimmers Lake, and they had an ice skating club. I couldn't believe it. I'm so anxious to call my sisters and tell them I saw Dad out there skating.
So here it is, preserved for all time, lost and found film. The past waving at the present. Nothing more, nothing less than shadows on the screen.